Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for being here. I have a great episode ahead for you guys. Welcome back to Unmuted with Gabby Milian, where your voice is heard beyond the clips. It's all about real talk with real creators, guys. Tonight, I'm really excited because our guest is not only the first female to join the show, but also someone who has inspired me personally in more ways than one. Through her calm presence and effortless style, Lanae Mack shows us what it means to move with confidence, creativity, and self awareness. You might know her as fashionable, chill content creator who brings a unique vibe to every space she steps into. But beyond the screen, she's someone who takes self care seriously and radiates that energy in a way that makes you want to do the same. Her creativity and fashion is something I deeply connect with. And as someone who once inspired to design, I see her and the same passion for expression through style and artistry. In today's conversation, we'll dive deep into her journey as a creator, fashion, and streaming intersect in her world, what inspires her to keep evolving, and how she stays grounded while building her presence online. So let's welcome our guest, the talented and inspiring Lanae, y'all. Hi,
Hi, hi
sweetie.
everybody.
Welcome.
Hi, that was so
Hello.
amazing. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
Let
you.
me give it.
Wow,
Thank you for the
Gabby.
follow.
You're doing your thing. I love that.
Thank you, my lovely. I appreciate you.
Oh my gosh, you're so lovely. That's what I told my roommate. I was like, this girl, she's so lovely, literally.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you are too. You have inspired me so much. And I figured you would be the perfect first guest as a female for us on Unmuted with Gabby Milian. I do appreciate you taking the time and just making this happen because we need to make this happen for us females. We need to collaborate, we need to
Mm-hmm,
network, we
mm-hmm,
need to
mm-hmm,
explore. And most importantly, I want people to share their message and also be transparent behind their journey as a creator because
mm-hmm.
everything is not perfect. Everything is not,
Facts.
and you gotta like show who you are, and I'm sure that you're very transparent on your streams and you are who you are. And I want everyone to get to know Lene as well on my end, from my community. And also get to know me as a creator as well.
Yes, that's what
So
I feel like too. I feel like this is a great opportunity for me too, because I think like
yes.
that's kind of how like I live life in a way, because I feel like you always I think in a big way we live in a society where people always count people out because it doesn't automatically come with the verified check on top of it. And I
Right.
think that is so important to shine light on it, because
Yeah.
you're seeing things that most people don't see at different levels. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I think that that is very important too, to start like at the bottom, because
Yeah.
whenever you're there, you understand what it takes to hold it and not lose it, because you work hard for it.
Yeah, you're working hard and you're building a community at the end of the day. Like that's what
Mhm.
this is about, just uniting everyone from all walks of life,
Mhm.
from anywhere in the world because that's what Twitch is. Like we're able to connect with people from all over the world. It's not just one
Facts.
specific place. And
Mhm.
that's why this is so unique and I
Mhm.
created this podcast for that reason. So I
Mhm.
want to get right into it because we
Okay.
want to get to know you. So,
Okay.
let's get to know you and your background. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started on Twitch.
Okay. So I come from I come from, I guess you could say, I guess, poverty. We could like
Yeah,
the yeah, the honest way of saying it is like
same.
I come from poverty. Yeah, and it's like with that, I feel like it's kind of shaped me as like a person, because you see all walks of life in a way. It makes you not be so judgmental.
Yeah,
And you're introduced to, I was just thinking about it earlier, you're introduced to um a lot of different things like very early on that kind of
yeah,
make you mature faster and things like that. And I think that because of that, that's kind of like me, like who I am. I think I'm a type of person where I can adapt, and like that's where like the fashion comes in.
mm-hmm.
Like a lot of it was like I seen something, I'm like, oh, I want that. Oh, it's priced at that. Okay, well, I'll just make it. It's literally the same thing. Like I'm looking at
Mm-hmm.
it, I'm like, bro, I can make this. And
Right.
yeah, and it's like I think too, like growing up was creativity was a way to express yourself. Like,
Yeah.
and I think like that's kind of how my life is. I think along with growing a community, I think that I'm still growing myself. And because of
Same.
my community, it helps me. Like I'm always like,
It's like shaping you and
especially
molding you into the
mhm,
person
yeah,
you are.
especially like when people stick around.
Mhm.
Like because um there was like whenever I first started my career into Twitch, I kind of started with maybe like a group of people in a way you can say. Like I had like a group of people that followed me from Instagram to Twitch.
Yeah.
And this is new space for me. I'm learning like how does this work in a way, and because I'm an entrepreneur, like a lot of what
Mhm.
I do, it's my business, and so I just kind of cherish it. Like I hold on to it with dear life because I'm putting so much time and effort into it.
Yeah.
Um and so, like, whenever I first started, a lot of people that I wanted to stick around, they're not here anymore. And I like
Mm.
that was a big early part of like I feel like growing into this space because you got to accept that some days you're gonna have 10 million in there, but some days you might have two. And
Right.
like those people that, like I said, a couple of people did still stick around from that time. Now it's 3 years for me, and they're still here. And so I feel like because of them, like my community trusting in me and not giving up on me, it kept like pushing me to stick with it. Cause like
Yeah.
this space is very uncomfortable
It
in a lot
can.
of
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Same for me, honestly. I'm learning to not more so look at the numbers, and it's hard because it discourages
Yeah.
you sometimes, because you know what you're made of, you know your worth. And
Mhm.
that's what comes with being a small creator, but you have to put in the work. You put in 3 years. I
Mhm.
just started, let's say last year, I think.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
on 1 year. So
Yeah.
I'm still getting the walks of being a small creator and streaming and learning what you've learned in the beginning.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it
No,
just comes
literally.
with the grind. It comes with the
Yeah.
grind. You describe yourself as a designer first
Right.
before a streamer. So it's a
Mhm.
designer first and streamer second. What does
Mhm.
designing mean to you?
I feel like, for me, designing is a combination of me making what I want and then putting it for someone to maybe take it in, like if they want to use it in a
Mm-hmm.
way. Like I feel like that's like what it is for me because I've had points in my career where I made a, I mean, the internet. So I don't know. Maybe it was the timing of it. I don't know. But at one point I made a top where and it had like the what's the word? Interactions, like, with
Mm-hmm.
it was over I can't even tell you the numbers, I suck with numbers, but
Mm-hmm.
basically, I would say that the top kinda went viral in a way. And then
Okay.
I seen, like, little boutiques actually start making them and putting them out, and then, like yeah, and so I feel
Wow.
like yeah, and so but whenever that happened, it was like a lesson learned for me though too, because being a smaller, like, creator, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
patent anything or anything like that. It was kind of like, well, maybe it was just coincidence, maybe it just all worked out that way.
Right.
Um, but I feel like, that's kind of like whenever it comes to like trials and things like that, like sticking through it whenever things happen, I think it's kind of like what I guess designing means a lot more to me than just like, a parent. I think it's something deeper.
And it really shows like in how you carry yourself, especially like when you're just chilling on stream and the way you wear what you wear on stream. Like it's a form of expression. Like it's literally
Right.
art.
Yeah.
So I can see that through your streams a lot. And it inspires. It really inspires me. Um so when did you first realize you wanted to pursue fashion design?
Um, as a kid, honestly, I had a neighbor. She
Mm-hmm.
used to sew and she would sew things like with her sewing machine, but she taught me how to sew by hand. And, from there, my cousin and I, we actually had a sketchbook and we were just like, let's just make clothes. And so we would just
Mm.
draw. Yeah, draw them all the time. And we like create our own little fashion book. But I think it was just something that was just kind of planted really early on for me.
Yeah, same. And I share the same passion. Well, when I was younger,
Hmm.
and it started from drawing. Like that's again
Mm,
expression, artistry, being
yeah.
curious, and
Hmm.
I think just wanting to be able to create something for others, because at the end of the day that's what
Yeah.
it's about. You want to make someone else feel good, just like streaming.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like you get on and you want to make other people feel good. You want to
Mhm.
present things to other people.
Look, okay, so okay. I think okay because like for me personally, I'm gonna
Hmm.
be as blunt and honest and
Go
as
ahead.
possible that I can.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think like for me personally, very early on, I felt the same way. Where it was almost like if I don't show up as this person, are people gonna show up for me? And so I feel like in a way, um, maybe like I was doing what made me happy, but at the same time I was wanting to make everyone else happy too. And like
Hmm.
now I'm at a point in my career where I've had certain opportunities that kind of aligned when I didn't um what's the word? Like I made it without the people in a way. Like not saying like, like I did it all by myself. Never
You
that
did
because
it
God
without
just
having to please people. You were just pleasing
yes.
yourself. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly, and, like,
Yeah.
that came up with time, like, even now, like, I used to find myself, like, oh, maybe not saying certain things or, being a little, more friendly, but I think I'm at a point now where it's like, if you're coming to my stream, then you're coming to get me as a person, and I'm gonna say crazy stuff here and there. I might cuss you out today and then call you beautiful tomorrow because we just got that relationship now that you know me and I know you, kind of
Hmm.
thing. So it went so I think, like, that changes, like, with time, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm,
I feel the same way. So speaking of that,
mhm,
where do you get your inspiration? Like from your designs and your personal style? Is it like pop culture, other sources? Like
mm.
where do your what are your
Ooh, that's a good
inspirations coming
question.
from?
This is gonna sound so crazy, but I think that it's a mix of like maybe stuff that I grew up on, like even like now, like I'm wearing like the suede like jogger type
Mhm.
juicy couture kind of pants.
Mhm.
So I think it was like a mix of like things that I was raised on, but I
Mhm.
also feel like it's the culture now that is also influencing me.
So you're going
Um
based off of like as time goes. So
mhm,
like what's going on currently in the fashion world and like what
mhm,
you grew up with, like what you saw, because
mhm.
I'm seeing a lot of that now. Like a
Yeah,
lot of the things that we used to wear back then that it
like the
became so
jerseys.
uncool. Yeah,
Mhm.
the jerseys and then the
Oversized
big
t-shirts. Mhm.
oversized t-shirts, the jeans,
Mhm.
everyone is
Mhm.
wearing that now and
Mhm.
it's become a thing. So I
Yeah,
can see
exactly.
why, you've been inspired by your old things. Who are your biggest influences in your fashion and design?
Ooh, biggest. Um, it's a mix. It's a mix. I think it's a mix of the girls, like the women of that are
Mhm.
representing our culture now. I think I like the way that they carry themselves. So in the sense of like the girly aspect of it, I really like
Mhm.
that. That's influencing me. But then also YN music. I don't know what it is about some YN music, but it just like I'm
Mm.
like, hold on, let me like really lock in.
Yeah.
But I think like things like that are
Like
what
music
like are my
videos. Is that
hmm
something like the fashion and music videos that inspire you?
yeah, and also like the guy creators, if I'm being honest. Like
Mhm.
guy creators, I've always been kind of like a mix of like tomboyish but girly girl at the same time, like 50-50. So like I love the jersey thing, how that's coming back. I love like the idea of like even with like the big baggy shorts, like if I'm not on stream, I'm wearing things like that, like in my
Yeah.
spare time because I just enjoy it.
And it's comfortable, like, you could literally just chill and you can make it fashionable, like, you can throw on a purse, you can, put some
Exactly.
hair, accessories, like, you could throw things
Mhm.
on to make it look really fashionable, comfy stuff. Yeah, yes, BD, exactly, comfy shit.
Mhm.
So, can you walk us through your envision of a design, or even if it's just a concept right now? What do you have going for yourself?
In terms of like designs, I think right now I'm more so focused on style.
Mhm.
Um, so I want to because normally I don't really pair too much of anything together. Like even with my outfit, like this is like a like a mustard yellowish kind of orange, and then I have on these pink. pants, which is something that I typically wouldn't do. But I was like, you know what? Let me just maybe
Throw
just
it
mix it
on.
up. Just yeah, exactly, exactly.
So, what are your like thoughts on color scheming and like the color
Mhm.
palette and matchy matchy versus just throwing things on? What is your like perspective on that?
Events. What is because I think that significant events, right? In terms of like recently, I went to a baby shower where it's twins, it was a boy and a girl. So like my outfit of choice was something that had both the baby pink and the blue in it, but like pastel colors. So I
Mm,
think like it depends on the occasion, one, and the vibe that I want to go for. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because I remember us coming from a time where I don't know, how old you are. I'm 30. So
Mhm,
growing up in the 2000s, I feel like
mhm,
people were matchy matchy. If you wore a blue shirt, you gotta
mhm,
wear blue sneakers. If you wear a red shirt, you gotta wear red sneakers. And it became a thing where you can't throw on mix and match colors because it doesn't match and it doesn't go, so it's not a fit. Now we can get
mhm,
creative and wear different colors and it'll go, like it'll make sense. At least for
mhm.
certain people. Do you
That's so
sketch?
real.
Right? It's
Mhm,
true.
mhm,
So like in
mhm,
high school, you would get bullied if you wore like, let's say, a pink top with like red sneakers. They would
mhm.
be like, that ain't a fit because that doesn't match, you know? And it's like it
Facts,
doesn't go.
facts, facts.
So
Mhm,
now you can do that and
mhm,
it'll make sense and people will like be like, "Oh, wait, that's kind of a fit. That goes. Like that makes
mhm,
sense." But
mhm.
there are some people that would be like, "I don't know about that." They're still stuck in their own way
Yeah,
of
that's facts. That's a fact. That's a fact. And you know what I think though too? I think it's a mix of like history repeating itself, and then also too, it's like the wave of like right now. I think the older people are still kind of in that era, but the more that they're
Mhm.
seeing like this new wave coming through, they kind of are jumping on it slowly but surely.
Yeah, I agree. So do you sketch like do you experiment with fabrics or you use creative tools to develop other ideas? Like what is your
I wish that I knew how to sketch. Like that was one of the main like my cousin, the one that
Mhm.
I told you about, the one,
Yeah.
she could draw us right now identical to exactly how
Mm.
we look. She's so
Wow.
talented. But she's like the main one who used to sketch everything for me. I would just kind of I'd be like, I got this material, like let's think of something. And she would just sketch it out for me and then I would sew it and bring it to life.
Mm.
But yeah, I never learned how to sketch. I wish that I did, but more so now I just do like a draping method where I put the clothes on my body and then I just see like what does this highlight? How does this bring out certain like what am I going for? What's the look that I'm going for?
Yeah. Art is a big part of it. So like maybe were you ever thinking of like taking an art course maybe along
Yeah.
with
Mhm, mhm. If I went
Mm.
to fashion school, yes, I would have done it. But I feel like now, I think that I don't think like my exact my purpose path, like the
Mhm.
purpose of my path. I
Yeah,
don't think that it's to be a designer. I feel like it's more so to be a speaker or something,
an
in a
influencer.
way, a voice.
A
Mhm,
voice, yeah.
mhm.
How do you balance your dream of fashion design with your streaming schedule? Like, how do you balance both?
Um, I think because of streaming, it gives me the opportunity. I'm marketing my own stuff every time that I turn on a stream, and that was really important to me. So I think the balance is when I'm getting ready for stream. Like if I decide I want to make something right then and there, because I have just like some extra fabric, or I have like something that, you know, yeah, if I just want to make it, that's really like how my process is now because I just use like Twitch as like a platform to market whatever I make and like my thought process. Because I feel like at the end of the day, like people are not going to be just invested in like my designs. They're going to be invested in me as a person. And those are the type of people that I really want to attract, anyways.
Yeah, me too. Same. Do you ever incorporate your personal style or concepts into your streams? Like, let's say something you wouldn't typically like wear on stream. You're like, I don't know, but then you're like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna incorporate this style that I think would go and set inspiration to other females. Like,
You know what's funny is I think that now I'm at a point where instead of like using my style as something to like show. I think it's more so my attitude. Like I feel like the
Mm,
women in this space, like we kind of get ran over a little bit whenever we establish our boundaries and our space and our standards. It's often faced with backlash. It's never just kind of taken like, okay, this is what it is. It's more so questioned. And I
mhm.
think that I'm at a point in my career where I want my success to define more so like my beliefs in myself because my success speaks for itself.
Yeah,
And that's
agree.
what I want more women to step into because I think that we're in a space where it's so overly saturated with men that often just use us as like content or just something that's beneficial to them. And I think that I want like women in this space to maybe stick more together, have more of a backbone, and shine.
How do you feel about the stigmatism behind if you wear a little bit too much that is revealing on the upper part of your body, you're considered a booby streamer or like a boob streamer or like
Mhm.
because there's a stigmatism behind that. And I've
Yeah.
been told that by a male. So like what is your like perspective on
I
that?
think that there is that is a thing. That is a thing, but I think
Mm-hmm.
that it depends on the energy that you're putting out. Is that the energy that you're putting out is the fact that like using that as I mean to it's different when you're flaunting it and like wanting like that type of crowd versus
Mm-hmm.
like you're a woman, you should be able to express yourself. You should be able to wear whatever
Right.
you want. The way that people treat you shouldn't be based off of what you wear. And I think like there's certain walls and barriers that the only way that it's going to get broken is if somebody literally breaks through the mold.
Yeah. And I feel like that cuz I consider myself, plus size. I am a mom. And
Mm.
so a majority of my weight comes from me being a mom and, having
Yeah.
my son. So like sometimes I get a little uncomfortable with, putting on a certain shirt or blouse because I'm like I don't want to be perceived that this is what I'm trying to show as a creator in order to get
Yeah.
views or something like that.
Yeah.
So I want to exude that confidence with myself cuz I'm still struggling with that and that's why when I watch you and I see you on your streams and you exuding that confidence, it shows me like I can wear whatever I want and still show that I'm a great streamer
Exactly,
as
and
I
I'm so
am.
thankful. No, I'm so thankful to the women that are new to the space and that are doing exactly that because I feel like because of that, it also because a lot of the streamers that that came over from like streaming university and things like that who weren't really streamers before, but now
Mhm.
that they attended that, they are now on stream. I think that the Twitch space needed that because it's like it shows what it is to be a woman. Like some of them literally like I will give flowers and cakes to Lala. I feel like she definitely gets on here.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and
She's
she
one
like
of the
she
inspirations I have as well. Yeah.
yeah, and so, like I'm so thankful for like the women in this space because again, it just kind of gives me that back and like, okay, it's almost like whenever someone's gaslighting you, but like making you question your reality, and like, but I think like this is fine. But then people are like beating you down with it, like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah. You'll listen to those voices that are like negative and so much louder than like this peace and like stillness of knowing like who you are and what you're doing and what you're doing it for. And I think like that's like the biggest thing that kind of grounds me is I know myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Mhm.
it takes some time to build that. I
It
feel
does.
it takes some
It
time and
does.
positive feedback from us
Mhm.
women. That's why it's so
Mhm.
important that us female creators stick together and we
Mhm.
network and we collab because we have to lift each other up. I know there's a lot of toxicity among Twitch
Mhm.
and females and creators, and I think that it's
Mhm.
important that us talking about this and us getting our message across helps other females who may not be as confident as you
Yeah.
or as me and in our
Mhm.
own skin, and they want to start expressing themselves through clothing and being
Mhm.
in front of the camera, because I went a while
Mhm.
without putting my camera on because of my
Mhm.
insecurities, especially me being older and just plus size, and this is just me being transparent. And
Yeah, I appreciate it.
yeah, and I'm still learning how to like put clothes together to fit the niche now because again, I'm one of those creators that's I was stuck in the old fashion, like, and I'm still
Mhm,
learning. I have a friend who, a very close person to me, who is a designer as well, and he
mhm,
also designs clothes. And he's telling me like you gotta expand your palette, there's,
yeah,
look, do your research. And you're just one of those people that come across on Twitch who does that
mm,
effortlessly, and you
mm.
exude it in your
Thank you.
streams. You do.
Yeah.
Have any viewers inspired your creative ideas or given feedback that sparked something new in your designs?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
their attitudes, their attitudes. I feel
Yeah.
like and their music. I'll give flowers where it's due. They do put me
Ye-
on to music, but I feel like
yeah.
music is like one of those. It's like what's the word? Um, where everyone understands it. You know what I'm saying? It's the language that
Yeah.
everyone speaks. And so a lot of time, like the music, I feel like it motivates me too. Um, and it inspires me and with certain attitudes. Because at the end of the day, sometimes I'd be thinking like, y'all are like voices in my head, and I need to get all of y'all together before y'all stress me out.
Yeah.
And so it's like, like I think that's what a community is, right? It's like a tribe. It's like your people, you're like one. And so and I think too that on Twitch in this space, a lot of people in their communities, a lot of people don't they let their chat dictate them. And I think that a lot of creators as a whole should stand more on like what are your beliefs actually. It's not about what your chat says and this and that. And I think like for me personally, like streaming GTA and like doing the streams like without the face cam and like seeing who actually sticks around for me, it's helping me learn a lot too, like about myself, and that is also inspiring change inside of me.
I was gonna bring that up after of these next few questions, but that's important that you mentioned that. We're gonna get right into that after this. But what
Mhm.
advice would you give someone aspiring to enter the fashion world? Like, what would you?
I would say make stuff, take pictures of it, make videos with it, and watch it all back and post it. That's what I would say,
Mm,
because the more that you do it and then you show it, you get feedback from, and then also you see yourself too. Like, cause like for me, like I used to do my makeup off of like in the restroom with better lighting and things like that. But
mm-hmm,
now, I'll come in here in my stream room and I will sit down and I'll do my makeup on stream, because like I'm able
mm,
to see like my angles a little bit better, because the lighting and the mirror and things like that, it's gonna look different. When they be like the camera
mm-hmm,
adds da 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 da. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
like it's a real thing is what I'm like learning more and more. And so yeah,
I do
that's
that
what I
as
would say.
well. I do that as well.
Yeah.
So before I would, do my makeup. Well, I don't really necessarily go on stream and do it, which I would love to
Yeah.
do that even more. I did it once just a few weeks ago. But
Fire.
I prefer to do it here at my desk and see how I
Yeah.
look on camera with the makeup on. And
Mhm.
yeah, I do that as well. So maybe I
Yeah.
might start.
It's yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's so helpful, literally. So yeah,
Yeah.
make sure that you're just like taking pictures of everything, looking at it on camera, so that way you can see what you need to tweak and what you need to fix. Because
Yeah.
sometimes, so for me, this is going to be a little girly talk, just a heads up.
Mhm.
So for me, as someone who is a little bit bigger up top, like it's obviously,
Mhm.
but sometimes I like to wear shirts that make, because I feel like sometimes like the smaller looks better sometimes, like versus like whatever just looks like, I don't know. So like sometimes like with my outfits too, like that, it's like I can, once I see it on camera, I'm like, "Oh, I need to fix this. Oh, I need to make it like a little bit more this way." Or maybe
Mhm.
like say like right now, say if I was like, "You know what? Let me actually take this and like put it on that side. How would it look if it was like this?"
Yeah.
But so yeah, take pictures, post it, and look at it, review your footage and your feedback.
And where do you hope to see your fashion journey take you in the next few years?
Um, I don't know. know, honestly, because like the thing is, I think with fashion too, it could be more than just this. Maybe I'll design some emotes or something. Maybe I'll make a cartoon or something. I think that it's just more so like just creating something for me. So honestly, I don't really have an exact location. I think I'm just enjoying like the journey and just maybe holding on to certain things, but I don't think I right at this current moment know exactly where I want to end up.
Like, are there any future design projects or collaborations you're dreaming about?
Ooh. I mean, in a perfect world, there's Jacques Marquise. I don't know if you know, but
Mm.
he's the guy with the little bags. He started the little bags.
Yes, yes.
I love his style. Like I love his style. Um, I don't know. I don't know if that would ever be possible, but if we could figure out something, and I would love to collab with him or Rihanna. I love Rihanna, and I love Rihanna's attitude. I feel like her attitude shaped me a lot too.
Her confidence and everything. Like, we're on
Mhm.
her timing. We are on her
Literally.
timing with everything. Fashion, music, makeup, everything. And
Mhm.
that's also important in having your own brand and like exuding that as well for your brand, cuz it's like
Yeah.
if we allow other people to dictate what we do, what we put out, when we put it out,
Mhm.
is it really our things? Like, you know? And she
Mm.
exudes that. She's like, y'all could
Mhm.
wait 10 more years on me making a song. Y'all could wait 10 more
Mhm.
years for me coming out with this new collab makeup, like
Mhm.
it's just her confidence behind everything she does.
Yes, like knowing
Yeah.
your worth, and I think like that's the thing. Like people, like when you know your worth, you know when people are throwing pennies at you, and I think like
Mm.
people be mad when you don't accept their pennies.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get back into this D10 conversation because and GTRP because this is also where we know you as, we know you for your GTA RP. How has your sense of fashion influenced the way you build your RP characters and what does their style
Mhm.
say about them?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so okay, now that I'm like at a like stage where I feel like I'm actually um like dressing up my little doll, like kind of thing, right? So
Mhm.
and like it's like I'm building a story right now. Like if of
Mhm.
like I'm being the writer of this story. And
Right.
so like whenever I think about my RP character right now, she's a gang leader, a female gang leader. And
Mm.
yeah, and so it's just like I'm just thinking like what would a female gang leader wear? Like I'm getting more into like this character. How does she uphold herself? How do you get respect without having to sacrifice your self-respect in a way? And I feel like my the way that the story is going, I think that the story is influencing my fashion, but also my fashion is also influencing the story.
Mhm. I agree because with my characters that I RP, it doesn't necessarily shape who I am outside of
Yeah.
it because I wish I could dress the way I dress in RP sometimes. I'm like, yo, this is an actual nice ass fit. I don't see myself
Yeah.
wearing this IRL, but
Facts.
I base my character around what I wear sometimes too. Like for
Mhm.
example, last year, well not last year, last season, I was
Mhm.
Poison Ivy. My character was Poison
Mm.
Ivy in D10 and
Mhm.
she wore green. She had a green aesthetic to her. She had a green car. She had like everything was based around
Mm.
that character.
Mhm.
Has there been any moments where your character just was shaped or changed the direction of your storyline? Like,
Oh my gosh, yes, yes.
yeah.
I think, especially like this season, whenever I went into this season, I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do. Coming off of last season, being in a gang, and so I was just like, where are we going with this? Like, let's just kind of fill it out and just kind of see like where it goes. And at first, I was gonna do trolling. That's what I was thinking about doing, but then, little events happened, and it kind of forced me into this role of a gang leader. Like, I
Mm,
was gonna be perfectly fine with just joining another gang. So I was like, okay, if we do the gang stuff again, all right, that's cool. Like I had fun, just driving around, crashing out, shooting. It was really fun. But being this gang leader, it's like taken a lot more discipline, and so I
Mhm.
feel like because of that, the events that happened, they kind of forced um this level of discipline that I've never had in my life in the game. Like I'm like, oh my
So it's
gosh.
bringing also another personality to you. It's like
Mhm.
a extra card in your deck where you're just like, I gotta bring something to this character. I gotta bring her to life,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like it made me think too, because growing up, like I feel like I've always been, because I'm an older sister, one.
Mhm.
And so I've always had like more of like a leader kind of mentality to me, because and then even prior before that, I have a brother who's 2 years older than me, but like at the same time, like I feel like our relationship was um he like he didn't like people, like, growing up.
Mm,
Like, he was very antisocial, and so for me, I feel like I kind of and we were always together, so I feel like I kind of was more so the one that spoke for both of us, like, growing
mm,
up. But now that I'm older, I don't really have that responsibility, so it's kind of like these certain characteristics, like my leadership, is something that's kind of, like, put in the background versus, like, right now, it's like it's being highlighted extremely because I need it for this character. And so it's
right.
helping me even be a better leader than I knew I was even capable of, and trust in God a lot more too.
Mm,
Um,
that's
and
big.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I have strong faith in God.
Mhm.
And d- now I want to ask you a question because I've done it. I'm guilty of it, and there's a lot of people doing it now. Do you use ChatGPT to help you with your character at all? Or do you have
No.
do you do research at all on your characters?
No, okay, so, like, right now, I told them recently, like, I feel like for this character, I'm kind of, like, is that how you say it?
Embodying, yeah.
Embodying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, a little bit of Nipsey Hussle, Tupac,
Mm,
and my mother, cause she is, like,
wow.
the original gangster, like, for me growing up.
Really?
Mhm, 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 and so
Wow.
and then, like, a lot of, like, her like, for me, I grew up with brothers, and so a lot of, um, just the way, like, my dynamic was, like, just growing up, it was always, like, very, like, kinda strict household. I had 3 older brothers, so they were always like, "What you doing? Like, where you going?" Like, like, always,
Mhm. Your
like,
baby
kind of
sister.
monitoring. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, very much. And so like, my mom used to always tell us though, like, sometimes I find myself saying things that my mom told us. Like, she would tell us, like, if we were, like, ever arguing or anything like that, she would always sit us down and be like, "You're all each other have. Like, at the end of the day, this is all that y'all have, so y'all need to be thankful for each other, and y'all need to look out for each other, like, all the time." And so, yeah, I feel like with this character, I'm more so, being influenced by music, by certain people that I respect, like Tupac. I watched his whole documentary. I love the
Mhm.
things that he stood for, same things. And because, like, being a gangster doesn't mean that you just out here robbing people. Like, being a gangster
Mhm.
is like, it was actually built to protect the streets. That was like that's how you really be a gangster. And I feel like on top of being a gangster, it's about being a real person. Like, I feel like that's the definition of a gangster. Someone that is like a solid individual. Because you could be gang, like people could rely on you.
How do you feel? I want to ask you, because I personally have dealt with this being in specifically D10 and other cities as well, not just D10. How do you feel
Right.
about the females of RP and how they RP? Like, how do you handle things like that where it can sometimes go IRL out of city,
I
OOC?
think
Like, how do you feel about those things when they happen?
I'm, like, huge on, like, my peace. I'm huge on my peace, and I'm huge on, like, um, getting an understanding. Because I feel like whenever you have, like, too much area for, we have too much area to, like, kind of let it be kind of undecided, I feel
Yeah.
like it can kind of lean one way or the other versus, like, when you kind of, like, know what you're going to be a part of, like, give your energy to. I think, like, that's the other thing where, um, it's just about what are you here for? I think, like, that's the thing about it for, like, me, and also too, like, I just like, every day, I just pray. Like, I just pray for, like, protection and things like that, and for God to, be like, let me be your living proof in a way. That's how like I kind of live like my days. So whenever anything does happen, I'm just trusting that God is guiding it and it's gonna whatever happens, it's gonna just be for my benefit. Like because that's who my father is. He's the type of person, the type of man
Mm,
that's gonna take care of me. And I feel like I'm stepping more into that too, like space where I am like a cherished daughter and like that's how God will treat me type of thing.
I love that. Um, so do you already know where you want to go with your character when you create your character? Like, do you already know the alternate ending, or do you already
No.
know what you? So you're just going based off of improv. You're like, okay, this is
Improv.
what I. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that like that's what I just told them the other day. They were like, "Oh, 'cause I had made a plan in GTA. I made a plan. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
got all the guys together. I was like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna tomorrow, boom, boom, we're gonna have this ready. This and this is gonna happen. Well, the next day the guy died. So, and there was he's not coming
Mm,
back, he's gone. And so it was like all my plans just went out the window. But like I told the guys, I was like, my grandma used to say this thing where it's like, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Because there's nothing especially with RP, you never know what's gonna happen. Somebody might wake up
right.
in a bad fucking mood and decide that they just you never know. But that's
Mm-hmm.
why I think like for me, like prayer is so important because I'm
It
going out with
is.
my shield and my armor every day.
Yeah, you're right. That's absolutely true. Because it could affect your real life mood, like depending on how your storyline goes. Like you could
Yeah.
think that it's going totally, totally well. It's happened to me where I'm like, I'm thinking I'm getting to where I want to go with my character. I'm putting the message that I want to put, and then
Hmm.
something happens where something around you just changes that perspective on how you look in the city. Like it could
Hmm.
be drama, it could be it could be someone killing you for no reason, or,
Hmm.
just little things like
Hmm.
that can affect you
Hmm.
IRL. And you're just like, damn, I'm working hard towards putting this out and it's not working out in my favor. Do you ever allow chat to determine what your next move is? Do you do fun things like that
Occasionally. If I'm
occasionally?
super like, if I'm super like so before I made my return to D10, I was letting like my chat dictate. And so like going into it this season, I was like, I'll let y'all dictate. But then they did some stuff, and then I'm like, okay, now I gotta clean up all of this. Like, cause it's one thing, right? And like I don't
Yeah,
like sometimes, it could be deeper than rap for some people, right? And so it's like, okay, I did this crazy thing in game. Now they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like she blah blah blah. So it's like, okay, now I gotta go back and clean it up. So like I
yeah.
was doing that, but now if I'm asking chat, it's more so like I'm very confused and I really need y'all's help. But other than that, and like also I wanted to get into the habit too of like surprising them, like and not telling them everything too, because um, you know, it's just one of those things. Like I said, you could plan, but you never know how it's gonna go.
And let's admit it,
Mhm.
y'all in chat be messy. Like y'all just be wanting to
Messy,
see crazy
toxic.
shit
They just
happen.
yes, yes,
Like,
literally, and not know like, and it's like, bro, like you're you can do all this, but like you can do all this stuff in character, but Lanae is gonna suffer for this. So let's like let's back up, let's take a breather, and that's why I said like
yes.
even more so, I'm so thankful for RP because I think it is helping me stand my ground a lot more versus before I was an extreme like pushover or like super nice. Um,
And you wanted to
just
incorporate your community in everything you do. And that's like with
mhm.
me. Like if we're growing a community, we want everybody involved in that community. It's
Yeah.
a family. So
Mhm.
we are reliant on just satisfying the viewer, satisfying our community. But deep down, we are the creators, right? They're there to
Mhm.
help us influence some things, but we have to put our foot down because it could get crazy. Like this,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
how do you feel about the toxicity in RP in general? Because it has became different over the years. The RP has
M
become very different over the years.
Man,
What?
I'm not gonna lie. I think that, I was really, like, debating, like, heavy because I was like, "Man, I don't really know if, like, this is space for me," and, things like that. But I felt like, God was telling me, like, "No, you are the kind of person, like, that is actually needed in this space. Like, I want you to pray kind of, like, for, like, this space because like, these
Mhm.
people, they're actually very talented. One, it takes so much like, if you can build a community off of RP, that means that people, you're doing something right in terms of entertaining. Like, people think, like, averaging 5 views is hard. Like, people don't understand that.
It really
Averaging
is.
like it's very very hard. So the fact that with these creators, the fact that they're able to have a consistent viewership and people there to, be with them. My only thing is like I just pray for their peace. I pray for everybody's space, like everyone in this space for their peace and to have peace going into it and have peace when you get off of it. Like let the game be the game. And I think like even for me, like that's more so something that I'm learning too, because like with the people around me, because if people are not like super rolling in, it can like dictate certain things. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think like people should just play the game to win. Like play it like you would play any other game. The only thing is you got so many variables that can happen because this is real people. Like this is real life in a way. Like well, it's not real life, but it's like real life scenarios that are happening in a way. So, because there's real people behind it. Like, it's different if you get on GTA and you're just completing your missions and you're going home, but you're actually in this game completing missions because what is your goal? Is your goal to get
Mm-hmm.
money? Is your goal to what do you want to have one of the best relationships? Like what is your goal? What's your end goal for it? So that's why I'm like focus on the game. I pray that when you go into it you have peace and whenever you leave it you have peace.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
Mhm.
So let's talk a little bit about your community. You have a W community, by the way.
Mm.
How do you cultivate your Twitch community and keep them engaged regardless of what you do? So it could be GTA RP, it could be just chatting, it could be another game you want to try, it could be your reactions. How do you keep them engaged and keep them there with you?
I think learning more about myself, to be honest with you. It's almost like even like now I've kind of started doing like I've been calling them like the secret streams where I go on kick and I let them in a little bit more into me because I think that for me, like even like this, like me talking so much is usually I'm doing the interviews. Like I'm interviewing people because I'm very curious too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so, and I don't really, I'm like here and there, I'll drop like my actual like thoughts, like what actually goes on in my head. But I just feel like, um, for me, I think that reserving parts of yourself is very important in this space because if you don't, people will take it and they'll misuse it or yeah, they don't wanna know that they're sitting with, a diamond I think like, they won't know it because it's just in their pocket, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I think like, for me, um the more that I grow and change, like I can slowly like let people in. And I think ultimately that's the goal, right? And a lot of people do that very early on. But like for me, I want it to build something where um it just feels very authentic, right? And not that people it's something that somebody can take because you can go somewhere else, but you're not gonna get the energy and vibe from me somewhere else. Like you'll get that vibe, but if you're looking for this, like you're only gonna find it here.
Yeah. Do you have any memories or memorable stories about interactions or with your viewers and that really stuck with you?
There's so many moments because I feel like they're like cheering me on in a way. Like, and I think like
Mm-hmm.
each time they show up for me, I feel like that is like just every moment like it just feels like for me I don't know because I'm so grateful like they don't have to show up for me and they do and so I'm just really grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I always try to create like different memorable moments for myself with my community as well, where it's just like we're just chilling and it happens in the most unexpected moments. And
Hmm.
there's a lot of different things that stand out to me from my community, but that's what it's all about, right? It's just like at the end of the day, they're there to be with you. They're there
Yeah,
to, spend time with you and they're going out of their day to make sure like you're good and to see what you're
exactly.
doing with your stream and what you're doing in the day. So it's just important to
Hmm.
build that positive, supportive community in everything you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's talk about your stream prep and like your self-care in those moments. We know that streaming can be intense, but how do you take care of your emotional and mental well-being before you get on stream? Like, is it your praying? Like, is that what you do before
Yes,
you get
yes,
okay.
that's what I do. I just make sure like for me it's like having like my alone time like with God. Like, I think, like, that's the most important thing to me because I don't ever wanna go into, like, the world, um, using my own strength, like, I'm weak.
Mm,
So, I feel like, um, that prayer for me is so important because I'm not going at my strength. I'm not using my strength, like, I know, like, I'm walking to it confidently, like, with God's strength. So
amen.
that's, like, what keeps me grounded, meditating, um, and stretching, a lot of stretching, um, meditating with frequencies, just, like, making sure, like, I'm at peace, because and then also another thing too, like, I feel like that is, like, really dismissed is, like, people should get the help that they need, because I think that with the internet, right, it's so easy. Everybody has access to the internet, but it doesn't mean
Mm.
that everybody that has access to the internet is someone that should have access to the internet. I don't know if you know what I'm
Or have
saying? Cause like,
access to you for that matter, you know?
yeah, that
Like,
too, that too. Yeah, cause it's like,
yeah,
cause I feel like when like when people just get on their phone and they just say anything to you, like I think
those Twitter
like
fingers be Twitter fingering
yeah,
sometimes.
literally, cause
Like,
that's why I be telling people, I'm like, "Would you say that to your mom?" Or like, I start like saying like little stuff back because
mhm.
now if I talk about your mother, then I'm the bad guy, but you can come in here and talk about me. Okay, well, like, so it's just like little things like that though that I feel like. Wait, I lost the question. Wait, what was the question? Go back, go back, go back.
So, like, how do you deal with your emotional well-being? But you said
Oh
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
recharge,
Mhm.
you reset, you meditate,
Mhm.
and those are important things too. So, like for me, like before I get on a stream, I'm just thinking to myself, okay, it's gonna be a good stream. Don't let your anything discourage
Affirmations.
you. Yeah, I give myself affirmations. I do tell God, thank you, God, for giving me this platform, so I can give the message that I need to give. Speak through me, and
Yes.
and tell me what I need to say on my stream so it can resonate with someone, because that's
Facts. That's
important. We
exactly
have
what I
a
say.
platform. We have a platform. We
Mhm.
need to be able
Mhm.
to do that. And sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I have a potty mouth. I'm like literally I curse a lot and I need to change
Mhm.
that about myself. I curse too much because when me and my editor we go back like and look at my stuff, I'm like, yo, we need to bleep some of this shit out. Like it's
Mhm.
too much. Like, so those
Mhm.
are things that I'm still working. I'm not perfect. We're not perfect,
Yeah, but see, but that's what I'm saying though.
but
Like when you put the content out there and you see it, I have the worst time with like listening to myself after something because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's not so cringy. Like I hate
cringy.
hearing myself.
That's how I felt in the
Ugh.
beginning. In the beginning, I felt
Mhm.
like that. It was a lot. It was a lot
Mhm.
to process in the beginning. Like, oh my God, I look
Mhm.
like this on camera. I sound like this on camera. Like, ill.
Mhm.
But I think that we're just being organically ourselves, and we have to just come to a conclusion that we're putting out this content. As long as we're putting out the message that we want and God is putting through us, then that's all
Mhm.
that should matter, and then we
Yeah,
can just improve
exactly.
it along the way. Like if, I was
Mhm.
like, oh, my makeup looked a little, weird this day, or I didn't have enough makeup this day. I just change it. Like the next stream, I'm like, it just all depends on how we feel and
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
specific day
facts.
before
Because
we go live.
I'm telling you, one time I was orange and I went back and watched it and I was like, why didn't anyone tell me I was sitting there looking like a pumpkin? Like, it was bad. It was so bad. I was like and the guy posted the clip, I was like, "Oh, I know he embarrassed to even post this because I look like Oompa Loompa. I'm sorry."
Yes, I agree. Like my eyebrows be eyebrowing sometimes, and I have thin eyebrows, so I'm like,
Mhm,
and sometimes I draw them in. That's just a transparency. I draw them in when I feel like they're too thin, or I don't do
mhm.
them because I do my own eyebrows. I don't go to get them
Yeah.
done. I do them. So I'll see one uneven. I'm just like, girl, you went on stream looking like that. Like,
No.
fix yourself.
No,
Fix
no, I was
yourself.
watching I seen, like, a clip or something of me, and my eyebrows were so dark. Like, it looked like I just drew them with a Sharpie. I was like, "Girl," and you thought you ate down that day too. I hate that.
Confidence. It's the confidence, though. It's the confidence.
Facts. No, facts. So I was like, "That was a great day too. Cause what?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
want to talk a little bit about your room and your aesthetic. I love it. I'm a huge fan of how you have your room and the evolvement because
Yeah.
I've been around since you had like basically plain. It was like
Mhm.
little stuff here and there, and you've evolved to what you have now. And
Mhm.
it's so cozy, but it's stylish. It has little things
Yes,
that
that's what I
represent
wanted.
you. Yeah. Can you walk us through your room aesthetic? Like what do you think when you like went into this specific style?
So I think for this one, I was like more so like, what kind of like room would I want somebody to come and sit down in, and like
Mhm.
let's actually like have like an event kind of thing. Like I feel like if I wanted to, because it reminds me, I don't know if you ever seen those like on the radars.
Yes.
Um,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
so it
yes.
kind of gives like that vibe. So I'm like, if somebody just wanted to come chill, like, and we just like, you know what I'm saying? Like someone just
Yeah.
chilling here, we going over this like random stuff.
Yeah.
That was more so like my motive, I guess, like direction that I was going in when I
And it
like did
sets the
everything.
tone. It's so important because like of course when you first start streaming you're still learning yourself, you're learning what you want to have. Like I went from streaming with no cam to cam, and then I'm like I want to set an aesthetic for myself. I want to do this and that. I've explored here and there and I'm still working on it, but
Mhm.
seeing you and your involvement, and also like it's like that's the first thing people see when they click on your stream. Like they see
Yeah.
what you have in your
Mhm.
background, they're like picking, oh that's cute, like especially us females where we're like gaining inspiration from others. We're just like, oh, that's
Mhm.
cute. That's a nice plant she got back there. Or look at how she has her lighting today. It's
Mhm.
important when you're a streamer. You just want to make sure that your environment represents who you are. And
Yeah.
like,
I agree,
yeah.
and, like, I think, like, too, like, a lot of times, like, people, like, would tell me, like, "You don't have to get dressed up every time," but, like, for me, you never know. I feel like every time you spark a stream, it's a first impression for somebody, like,
Mm-hmm.
every single time. So, if that's just them scrolling, they see you there. Like, everything is, like, it's just it's an opportunity. It's a introduction to someone, like,
To
to yourself,
someone
to
new.
someone else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you have a vision of how like your streaming space is gonna look, or did it evolve naturally? Like did you just was like, this is the tone I want to set?
It did evolve, like, naturally. It definitely did. It definitely did because, um, like, before, like, when I was, back in Texas and, like, shooting in, like, my room and just, like, things like that, kind of, like, helped me now to, like, I guess, like, separate the idea of, like, my room versus, like, my space. I feel like but it's, like, something that happened over time. Like, especially before when I was streaming, like, I started out on, like, my MacBook and my PlayStation, when I
Mm,
first started streaming. And so it's just one of those things that just don't happen overnight. That was 3 years ago. So and
yeah.
you learn more about yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Do you have any favorite pieces right now or decor that you think really make your setup feel like you, besides like the sign? Like is there anything like you look at and you're like, yeah, this is what I'm having on my stream. Like I'm gonna put this piece
You
there.
know what I feel like really made a difference for me is the sound things. Like the black, I
Mm,
don't know what it is. Like I feel like it kind of made my space like be taken more serious
mm,
versus before. And I feel like yeah, like it just yeah, like I said, it just kind of this one is more so like like I said, if somebody wanted to just come over and chill on stream, you could do that now. Like this is that space.
yeah.
Like maybe like a podcast kind of type of vibe, like an episode kind of vibe is what I was going for.
Yeah. Have you heard like a difference in your sound with using those type of tiling in your background? Or do you think it's more just like
Honest,
an aesthetic thing?
um, both. I think both. And like the consistency of keeping the lights green versus before I used to change up my light color every day. And I
Mm,
feel like people like more so something that's consistent. It like,
mm-hmm.
it's like kind of gets imprinted in your brain. And that's more so like now why I keep the lights green. Um I think a big part of like the way I maneuver is like from like a business mindset while also being a creator.
Right.
And I think that this like the I just can't help it. Like the marketing side of me is just that's like where a lot of my inspiration comes from.
I love that. And let's talk about your makeup routine and you getting ready.
Mhm,
You said you do makeup, you do your own makeup.
mhm,
Are there certain products that you use for our girlies or techniques that
mhm.
you use always for your streaming?
I will tell you, a gua sha tool is every like woman's like best friend. Like you need to drain
I've
your
been
lymphatic
hearing about
system.
that.
Yes, yes. It's so important. But on top of that, like I think like for me, mentally, is really important to me. Like being like good mentally. So I don't really eat meat. Like it's like I'll eat it like
Mm,
occasionally. I don't really eat meat. I mainly drink water. Yeah, like I'll take my vitamins. Like I've gotten now into like the guasha because it's so, oh my gosh, it's so necessary. Like so like
you
with
need to
mine,
put me
I do it
on.
every day. I do it every day. So I'll
Okay.
like I
Have
get
you
like a
seen a
little
difference?
moisturizer. Yes, yes. Like I can show you when I really start doing it consistently. Oh, and like even like this right here, it's a relax patch. So it just like makes sure like that your nervous system is good. Just like certain things like that. I just make sure like with my health and wellness is very like important to me because I feel like whatever's in here is gonna come out. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Someone
absolutely.
yeah, but the gua sha, get you a gua sha and 15 times, like, you just wanna do here, 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 and then here, here, and you're, like, sculpting your face, and then you wanna do your chin, and then make
Hmm.
sure that you're doing here,
Girl,
and
I
then the
need
same on the other
that.
side.
I need
Mhm.
it.
I'm telling you, it makes such a difference, and then, like, too, like, like, even from, like, drinking, like, cause like, I'll take shots in here and there on stream, and so, like but that inflammation from the alcohol, like, you wanna
Hmm.
depuff your face, like, there's just so many things, like, for me too, actually, I guess I should have mentioned this, I was in college for, nutrition, that's what I wanted to go to school for, cause I was like, if I'm
Wow.
gonna go to school, I might as well become a doctor, like, why not like, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well just go all the way, cause
Mm,
I struggled with school so bad, so I was like, "If I'm gonna lock in, I might as well just do the best thing." And cause I wanted to help people, like, I think, like, that's, like, my true path is just to help people.
mhm.
Um and so, yeah, so I went to school to become a nutritionalist, so that way I could have both like the medicinal side of it, but also the holistic side of it. It was very important to me. So I've done things like acupuncture. I've done like,
Wow.
yeah, like I'm very, like I said, with meditation, like I'm really like in tune, like with, I guess you say like my third eye, like just things like that that I feel like just help make me a better person. Like,
That's
it's like what
insane.
like how I like operate kind of thing because I'm like this yesterday I'm a better person today than I was yesterday. I'm working on myself every day. And I think like a lot of people should do that. I think that a lot of people should take the time to get to know the person that they're living with every day. Yourself.
Mm-hmm. You're inspiring me
What's
because
up?
I really, that's my goals, to do more self-care. Because I feel like I lose myself as a mom, like
Yeah.
I need to prioritize myself and my care. Like that was my first episode of the podcast, was just being transparent with my community and telling them that, self-care is important. And this
Mm-hmm.
is just not for moms. This is for everyone. This is like for everyone
Mm-hmm.
who streams or who does their career and like doesn't have time for this. So it's so important to prioritize yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
skincare has been one of those things where I'm like on a journey with that as well, because I do have PCOS. And so like I have been doing research online on things I can do to help inflammation and weight
Yeah.
gain and acne, because I do suffer from acne. And I did see
Mm-hmm.
the guasha, or that's how you say it, right? The guasha.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
saw I on TikTok women doing it and seeing results, maybe not right
Yeah.
away, but if you stay consistent with it, you do see results on it. And it's important to me because I'm on camera. Like we're on camera,
Yep.
all the time. So we
Mm-hmm.
need to make sure our appearance is good and we're looking good because our camera is obviously really good and we have good
Mm-hmm.
lighting. So you want obviously we're not perfect, and there's a lot of people who struggle with acne, and that's why sometimes like I go a few one or two streams with no makeup, because I want people to see like I'm a normal person, like I'm a normal girl, like
Mhm,
I do deal with
mhm,
acne and things and clogged pores and things like that, but it's about how you take care of it. And like,
Facts.
again, like you said, just getting that motivation to do it, and also doing your research and prioritizing yourself. So what is it like for you before you go on stream, like, and getting ready? Do you prioritize hair first? Do you do face first? Outfit
Mm,
first? Like, how do you base your vibe for that stream?
honestly, hmm. Okay, it depend. I mean, honestly, every day is kind of different. Honestly, like even like today, I was just thinking like, because I wanted to look nice, and so
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking like, okay, let me just focus on my outfit first, because I feel like let me focus on my outfit, then I can decide how I want to do my hair. Do I want to do this,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. So today, my first step was my outfit, my top, and
Mm-hmm.
then my hair, because I was debating on if I wanted to add the blonde strips in. And I was like, fine, I'll do it. And so once I paired it together, I was like, okay, it looks cute. Okay, so you can like, I feel like it's kind of giving 2000s or something vibe.
Yeah.
So that was like the like a mix of all. That was like my inspiration for today.
I love that. And I love the piece that you have on your neck. It's like the cross, and it's
Mm-hmm.
very like out there. I love that. Like what this piece that I wear all the time, it means a lot to me. It was my grandmother's. And she passed away this year. And she gave me this, like,
Oh
before she
wow,
passed
that's
away.
so fire.
Yeah. This is the Star of David. So
Mhm.
and it has like a little diamond in the middle. So it's very important to me, not only because it's hers, but it's religious as well. And I
Yeah.
just hold this dearly to my heart. And I do explore here and there with accessories, but I hold this dear to my heart. So I do like the fact that you wear that cross with pride. And a lot of people don't like to um show religion. Like, I feel like sometimes people are like, a little bit iffy. They're like, I don't know what type of crowd I'm gonna be able to keep with still preaching the word, or
Voicing how
preaching,
you feel.
voicing how
Facts.
you feel. Yeah.
True, true.
um
I love that, by the way. I love that. And also sorry for your loss too. I want to say that.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah, like losing people, I feel like it shapes you as a person a lot.
Thank you, Speedy, for stopping by. I don't know if you're leaving. You said leader alligator, but thank you. And I know I'm not reading chat, guys. I'm so sorry. It's just I'm really focusing on Lanae, and I want to make sure our message gets out there. But I do see your messages, and we're gonna give you guys an opportunity at the end of the podcast to be able to ask your questions to me and her, if you have any. Okay. So let's go on real quick because we're
W's
almost
in the
wrapping it up.
chat.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, VQ. How are you doing, VQ? Thank you for the sub.
W sub, let's go.
W sub.
W sub.
So
Nice.
let's talk about your confidence again, and your humor and personality. Um, so again, how do you deal with your humor on your character, like, as yourself? Because, like, yeah, we exude confidence, but how do you mix in your normal self, like what people would see from your family, or from, do you separate the two, or you're just like, well, when I'm on stream, I want to be this persona, or are you authentically like who you are, like with your family, like, or your
Yeah, I feel
friends?
like I try to be more so like that, because I feel like whenever I'm like that, I want people to be able to be themselves too. And
Yeah.
so like I just like to like I'm just goofy. Like as much as like being serious is fun to me, just having like fun like and laughing is like what's actually fun for me. But you know what I think though, sometimes I think like sometimes with the chat, humor can be mistaken as like insults, like insults. Like I don't like
Mhm.
to, and like sometimes I feel like you don't have to insult somebody to be funny. Like there's other
Yes.
ways to be funny,
Do you have a
and
dark
that's
humor? Or, like, what type of humor do you have?
I think I got like a mix, honestly. Like I just do anything. Yeah, it's really just any I think it's literally just goofy. Like literally just a girl just goofy.
Yeah.
And so it's like I will laugh at just dumb stuff. Like but that's what like sometimes I feel like sometimes people in chat feel like if they like insult you and this and that, like that's funny. And that's funny occasionally.
Are you
The
able to
banter is
take an
funny.
insult? Are you able to take an
Yes,
insult?
I have to, but then I insult them back though. I
She clapped
literally
back. She
I clap
clapped
back. I
back,
used to
child.
not, but now I be like, I got time today. What you want? What you
Yeah, I
need?
got nothing but time. I'm on
Literally.
God's
Or
timing, but I got time for real to clap
I'll
back.
make some time right now. But like sometimes, but no, whenever I really don't have the time, I'd be like, okay, I know how I'm doing this. Click, click, click. you're muted, you're banned, you're timed.
Ah.
Don't, and then I always, don't come into Discord, don't message a mod, don't message me.
Yeah.
I can't deal with your energy today. Cause it's like an extra of exchange of energy at the same
Yeah.
time. And sometimes I'm like, no, you can keep your energy. Or sometimes if I got time, I'll give
Yeah.
you back your energy to you. Or I'm just like, I'm not
Yeah,
worried
because
about
I
it.
have I have one specific viewer, and I'm gonna shout you out, VQ. Sometimes
Mhm,
we going at it, like we just go
mhm,
back and forth, but it's all in good humor, it's all in good joke. But like,
mhm,
you have those specific people in your community that just want to fuck with you or mess with you,
mhm,
and it's
mhm,
just funny because it's all depending on how you take it, and they see what you can deal with and what you don't deal
mhm.
with, and they might
Yeah.
mess with you on a wrong day, and you're like, time out for like 5 minutes. Time
Yeah.
out for like 5 minutes, and I have not personally yet to time out anyone at all. I have
Oh,
not done it yet. Like, in all the
oh,
year, like, that
okay.
I've streamed, I have not timed someone out. So,
That's
like,
good.
how does chat feel when you do that? Like, what do they
They
say?
know now. They know now versus before it would probably be like, "What did I used to do?" But now
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh, you're gonna have to hold that. Go deal with somebody that cares, because honestly, it's not me. Like, I'm
Not
sorry.
today.
It's literally, it's not me." But they've gotten so much better. Like, I think it's like them learning me, and then like I said, like me
Mhm.
opening up more, and by me opening up more, I kind of, because this is the other thing too, right? Sometimes I think that um sometimes people make a joke, and like people say, like they can say I'm sensitive, they can say I'm a crybaby, but I feel like sometimes it be I don't ever want someone to get to a point where they're comfortable disrespecting me. You know
Right.
what I mean? And so I feel like that's just been, like, as a business owner, I think like it's very important to stand on that. Especially like people, like, that's why I say, like, for streamers, this is your business. And when you get on here, don't let somebody play with you in your business, because if you do, they will. Like,
And
if
they will
they if you
continue. They won't stop.
yeah, yeah, and so
Yeah.
I think, like, that's so important because, like, sometimes too, like, you'll have chatters that come into the stream, and they'll kinda, like, trauma dump on you, and I think, like, even, like, in that space, like, you wanna hold that space for someone, but at the same time, you also have to hold your own space, because that is something that's being dumped on you, and you're gonna have to deal with that, like, feeling whatever it is, or maybe you don't care, and even that, you know what I'm saying? There's just so much that can be taken from an incident, and, I think,
Yeah.
like, in this space, I just wish that people were a lot more self-aware too, like, beyond the point of streamer versus chatter, but as a human.
Yeah, because we deal with overthinking. Like, nobody really talks about the overthinking that a streamer goes through, like in
Yeah.
their work, how they're
Mhm.
perceived, what they
Mhm.
need to do on the stream to deliver their message. There's so much overthinking and investment that we do to just get in front of the camera. Y'all think we just turn on the camera and we have things aligned? No,
Mhm.
so words matter,
Mhm.
and that's why it's important of who you have around you and the
Mhm.
influence that you have around you and how you control chat, because like something somebody would say could like turn into something you're thinking about before you rest your head at night, like, damn, did I really like say this that maybe to went the wrong way to chat, or like, did I really look like this on stream and they commented on how I looked, or how I
Yeah.
spoke, like we
Mhm.
deal with that a lot, so that's important to just like make sure you align your chat and make sure that it's healthy, because
Yep.
sometimes it could be all jokes and fun and games, but sometimes us streamers, we look into a lot of things too much and we overthink it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I'm just a natural overthinker, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
No,
a natural
literally.
overthinker.
Literally.
So,
That's why I said too, like, I think, like, even for someone like me, right? For a while I suffered with depression, and I didn't even know that it was depression, because
mhm,
from where I come from, it's not really something that's spoken about or anything like that. And it wasn't until, like, I went and started doing therapy, reading books, and actually, like, oh, like, now I'm exposed to this. Now I see, oh, this is why. And then whenever I actually did get, like, some of the help that I needed, I was able to see, like, oh, this is what it's like to actually think clearly. And so I think that people shouldn't discount getting the help that you need, because especially like highly functioning too. like with like ADHD, depression, anxiety, all these things. Like whenever you're like high functioning, you don't know what it's like to be at your body to be at equilibrium. A lot of people don't
Mhm.
experience that. And so I just wanted to throw that out there because I feel like a lot of people feel like, oh, there's such a stigma that goes with it. But I think that you should do the things that you need for you. Like if you go outside and you sneeze every day, you should go get an allergy test. Maybe you got some allergies going on. And so I feel like, that's just how it is with mental too. Like I
Mhm.
think that people should really sort themselves out.
Yeah, and invest into themselves, like, and a part of that self care, because it's not just taking a shower every day or brushing your teeth or doing your hair or getting a haircut. It's investing into your mental health, and it's important. I have a therapist that I have actively, and I love her to death. And it
Yeah.
takes a while, that's what I said in
Hmm.
my other podcast. I said, you got to shop around sometimes, and you're
Facts.
not gonna find your therapist that you love right away. It's gonna take some time, but it's
Mhm.
you're working on your demons or whatever you have in the closet that you can't heal past, because at the end of
Mhm.
the day, that is what's going to determine who you are as a person. And you
Facts.
carry that every day, you carry that on you
Mhm.
every day, especially if you're a
Yep.
creator. Something might just tick you off or something might trigger you, and you need to be aware of
Yep.
those triggers and how you
To
handle that.
maneuver. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and also who you keep around you. So like,
Ooh.
like for example, if you want to
Mhm.
collab with another streamer, that may trigger you. Like the personality may just trigger you, right? Or like what they say may trigger you in your healing. So you got to just make sure that you're confident in yourself, you're getting the self-help that you need to grow,
Mhm.
and ultimately understanding the psyche and understanding other people's
Yeah.
personalities too. So if you could like collaborate with anyone, any streamer in the world or creator, who would it be and why?
Ooh.
Any streamer in the
Hmm.
Twitch community. It could be a YouTuber, um, anyone, any influencer. Who would it be?
Hmm. This is a tough one. Cause like off initial, someone that um I have kind of when I first started streaming, they helped me to like determine what kind of streamer I wanted to be.
Mm,
Um like Agent Double O, like when I first started watching him, like when I first got onto Twitch, I didn't really understand the space, but then like, I'm just like kind of playing games, like doing random things, but then whenever I came across him, and this was before I was really like active, like this was me stepping into like the internet versus like before I kind of lived under a rock.
mhm,
And so once I came across him, I'm like, wow, I don't know this guy, but I really like the way he structures his streams. He starts at a
mhm,
good time. He gives good segments, and then at the time he was doing RP, and I'm like, I like his RP, it just was like, and he was very entertaining, and I'm like, this is how I want to structure my streams, and so that's kind of like it gave me a foundation of how I operated in this space because I feel like I didn't stream like every day. I did more so events like when I streamed, like because that's how he set his out, and that kind of gave me an idea of how I wanted to do my streams. I thought that that's how you were really supposed to do it. Um,
mm.
and so I always liked the way that he is on stream, and then like now I just feel very curious, like I just have questions for him, like I feel like I just want to know. I'm such a like genuinely want to know somebody,
You're
like
a student.
how.
You're a student. You
Yeah,
can't be a
yeah,
teacher if you're not
yeah,
a student first.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, absolutely. Research
Mhm,
is important, and getting that
mhm.
influence, because everybody, it works based off of influence. It comes from
Yeah.
a person, it could be from a thing. And that's a
Mhm.
really good person. So shout out to Agent. If you do see this, let's get you a collab with Agent. Let's make it
No,
happen. Let's put this into
I feel like it's
existence.
gonna like I do feel like with time though, because I feel like I'm still like, I'm still like learning about myself, and I'm still like, um, yeah, I feel like because um, we've had like crossings, and so, but like it was kind of
Okay.
like we both just kind of agreed, like if our paths ever aligned and it kind of lined up that way, then why not? So,
Right, right,
yeah.
absolutely. Real quick before we go into closing, are you considering going to TwitchCon? coming up?
I don't know. I am, but I'm not. I'm like 50-50 on it.
I
I'm
think
so
you
like I'm
should.
50-50.
I
Yeah.
really, really think you should. If you have the
Yeah.
opportunity to go, I think you should. It's a good
Yeah.
networking, and you never know who you're gonna come across. You never
Yeah,
know who you're gonna.
that's what everyone's saying. I was like, I wanted to wait until I got the check mark because I was like, I feel like once I get like, because there's like certain events and things like that that you get invited to, and like that was really big for me. I feel like in this space, I wanted to make sure that like growing at a pace where people want to be around for Lanae, not versus like who I'm around, not versus for what like form of content I'm putting out. Like they genuinely just want to be around for me, and
Yep, absolutely.
so yeah, and so like now that I've reached partner, and I'm like, okay, now I can go to these parties with my by myself. Like I don't have to be
And
someone's plus one.
congratulations on that partner check. That is a
Thank you.
great accomplishment. That's
Mhm.
what we're all working towards. Shit, I'm working towards that too. But it's
Literally.
great. It takes time, and again, your investment, your
Mhm.
self-care, everything that you do, you exude, it shows on your stream, Lene. And you're inspiring me, you're inspiring other people, other women, other even men,
Yeah, that's
to
what I
continue
want.
to
That's what I want.
drive and keep going, because ultimately we want to reach all audiences, not just a specific audience, not just male streamers or not just male viewers or women viewers. We want to reach everyone, because
Yeah.
that's what it is ultimately. And you're
Mhm.
doing exactly that. So congratulations to you. And I really
Thank
do
you.
hope that you get to go to TwitchCon. I mean, if I could go, shit, I would. But it's
Yeah.
not as easy for me. But I would definitely take that, opportunity. I think you would do great. And also that you have so much bigger stuff in store for you. And I see it for you. And I wish you
Oh,
nothing
don't
but
make
the
me
best for that.
cry. Thank
No,
you.
you deserve it. You deserve it. 3 years of hard work, and it's going to happen for you. Whatever you're dreaming about, whatever you do, it's gonna come into existence for you.
Yeah,
So
I just feel like I'm like at this point, like I told God already, I'm like, God, like my life is yours. Like, you know, I just like I'm just like God, just let your light like shine through me. Like that's like I don't think it's like to me, it's not even about me anymore. Like I feel like I've seen a lot, I've done a lot, and I feel like I'm at a point where like I wanted to transition from like doing face content to doing faceless content. And I feel like I'm more so at a point in my career where I want to continue to grow but also open up doors for people who normally wouldn't get opportunities. I think that's really important to me, because I think like as being someone who I feel like I like was overlooked a lot in my career, and just things like that. I want to it's like I was talking to my roommate about it, and he was like, "You just find hidden gems." Because I'm like, the people that I feel like these are like really great people, and I feel like if they just had the right like opportunities, like they could really impact some things and change some things. And then he
yeah,
was like, "You find just hidden gems." So I think that's important to me, and I want to give that opportunity to people. So it's not about me anymore. I feel like it's more so just about the people around me and the impact that we all accomplish.
right. The message that your
Hmm.
why, that's important. Once you figure out your why, it becomes easier for you to do what you do and do what you love. And
Yeah.
that why becomes everybody else's purpose, because you're influencing everyone else around you. What would
Yeah,
you
exactly.
what advice would you give to new streamers, especially women, who want to grow a strong community that you've built?
Um, One, pray. Two, be very selective in the opportunities that you accept. That was actually advice given to me by Mel,
Mm-hmm.
who was an actor, and I asked him like, like, how did you get to this stage in your career? And then he said, I was just very selective on the roles that I took. It was the guy from Get Out. Not the main character, but the chunkier one, but the glasses. I
Mm,
forgot his name, but he was like I forgot his name. But look him up. But yeah, he told me that before. And then like I've always like even since then, like he was in Sinners recently too.
mm.
Um
Chat, if you know in the
but
comment, just throw it in there. Throw it in there for fun, so we know who she's talking about. Cause I did see Get Out, but it was so long ago when it first came out, so I don't remember. really,
Well,
really.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if
Yeah,
you
and it was, like,
don't,
at that time, whenever I had asked him,
yeah.
like, what's like, what would you say? I mean, like, yeah, how did you get to this point in your career? And that's what he said. He's like, "I was really
Mhm.
selective with the opportunities that I took because whatever you decide to accept is what people are going to keep throwing like, giving you." Like, he was saying, like, if I would've took more, like, parody roles and things like that, like, I wouldn't have gotten, like, certain opportunities that, like, he's getting now. He's someone
Mhm.
that I still to this day pay attention to his career, and he was also in that, movie with, um, like, there was, like, a cloud or something, and Keke Palmer was in it, and I think Jamie Foxx was in it,
Mm,
um, but
okay.
yeah, and so, yeah, I think, like, for me that's, like, advice that I would give someone, be selective with the opportunities that you accept, make sure you pray, and, just give God thanks. I think like with everything that you do in every breath, like something that I'm practicing these days is literally midstream, mid conversation. I'll probably said it in my head, like mid conversation between you and I say thank you God, thank you Jesus, thank you Holy Spirit, because I want with every breath in me, I want it to be of Him. So
Mhm.
that's my advice, and I feel like that's maybe why like I have the success that I have because it's not anything of my own doing. I'm
Right.
just a vessel.
Me too. I completely agree. So how can people support you outside of just watching your streams?
If you just want to come to the streams, honestly, we got streams on Twitch, we got streams on Kick now. We do TikTok here and there. If you ever just
Mhm.
want to come through, stop by, hang out, chat, meet some of the people from the community, maybe meet somebody from another community, and I don't know, you might find your best friend. You never know. Just you want to show up,
Right.
just show up.
Right. And lastly, what's something you would like to say to the unmuted audience before we wrap up? Like for everyone who's watching right now?
Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. That's the start for everything. That's the start for your healing. That's the start for your success. That's the end to, it's that's your next chapter. Love yourself.
I love that. Y'all heard it first, guys. So we're gonna give some room for everyone to ask questions. If you're here right now and you want to ask Lanae some questions and they're appropriate, I'll take some questions from you guys. If you have any questions for me, I'll be willing to answer. Um, I have a question here. What do you see for yourself in the future, and what is your goal for your viewers and the whole Twitch community? This is Randall.
Um, so for my future, I see myself married with some children. That's like the
Mm,
ultimate like goal. But as far as my community, I see us expanding. I want to be like Kai Cenat. I want to give my community. I want to put my community in positions because I have a lot of people that have been with me for a really long time.
I
So,
second that.
um, yeah, I want to see my community win. We want to win. We want to take over Twitch.
Yes, absolutely. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna do
And we're gonna
that.
do that. We're gonna do that.
Yes. Who's Earth is actually my mod and a very, very, very personal person in my life. And he's also the person I told you that he does create clothing. He has a clothing brand and a clothing line. He
Uh-huh.
asks, what's your biggest fashion red flag in someone's outfit?
Ooh. Hmm. I mean, I was just like so off rip, I just want to say not putting that shit on. And in that sense, like, I don't know, like the biggest red flag is like you not trying. Like you really because I feel like even whenever you not trying, it's still you trying at the same time. Like if you trying
Mm-hmm.
to be comfortable, then you're gonna throw on something that's giving that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's my red flag. I can automatically tell if you actually tried or you just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And what's he also asks, what colors or fabric do you think are underrated?
Polyester. I think polyester
Polyester?
is so yeah, polyester is so functionable. Like depend like because it can really snatch like for me like I like stuff that's like form fitted so it could really snatch like because for
Mm-hmm.
me I started with do-rags too and so it's very important to me whenever I made the do-rags
Mm.
that they were highly functioning and so with the polyester on the inside they're able to really like secure like your hairstyle and so I feel like polyester is very underrated.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? EBK says, no question, just here to support my crash out twin.
Shout out Kingsley, that's my dog. That's my dog. You feel me?
So, anybody else have any questions for Lanae or myself? Please ask. Don't feel afraid to ask. If not, we can go ahead and wrap up.
I just want
Any
to say you
questions?
are such a great like interviewer too. Like literally,
Oh,
like I'm so
thank
glad that
you.
you held this space for me, and like the energy is just so like lovely. Like it's literally just like
Thank you.
I feel like I'm talking to my bestie and I just want to sip some
Yes,
wine and
girl.
we might throw on some Netflix and watch a movie after this. Like,
Yes, that's what I wanted to
yes.
give.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, I was super nervous because,
Mm.
I want to make sure that again the message is getting across. I don't want to sound too robotic, I'm just starting something like this, so I'm perfecting
Yeah.
as I go.
Yeah,
Is
literally, like, I feel like as, like, it started going on more and more, I felt like we were, like, finding our flow, and it's
mhm.
like, that bed, like, I just wanna sit there on the edge of it and just talk. Like, that's the vibe, so I
Yes.
appreciate it.
That's exactly what I do. Do you have any advice for me? Um
Let me think. No, honestly, like I feel like just keep stepping more into this because like the questions that you're asking, ultimately you're gonna find exactly like what you're seeking. And I feel like
mm,
the more like you ask these questions, the more it's gonna lead you to like your water in a sense. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
So I
And I
love it.
gain
Just keep
motivation
evolving.
and I get motivation from everyone that I'm bringing onto this podcast is specifically people that also give me the opportunity to have them, but
Yeah.
also people that personally are and motivating me and that I see are putting in the work constantly in their work, and that's what I want to highlight ultimately. That's what Unmuted is about. Unmuted is just being transparent. Unmuted is showing who you are
Mm-hmm.
besides turning on the live button. Who are you behind the live button? We're not
Exactly.
what we perceive always on camera. There's other
Yes,
things that get put
exactly.
into what we do. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why I found that this was so important to do. I haven't seen it
Yes.
done really. I know a lot of people
Yes.
have podcasts on Twitch, but me being a small creator and I'm a student, genuinely. Like I want to learn everything. I want to ingest everything. And I just want to I want to grow, and the only way
Yeah.
to grow is by getting influenced by people around you and doing that. So that's why I was like, yeah, I need
Mm-hmm.
to do this. And again, you giving me the opportunity, I'm so grateful. And you do inspire me. You inspire me a lot
Yeah. Yeah.
in all bases.
I appreciate
And
that. Mhm.
of course.
No, go
um
ahead.
the the last question here is my last one would be, would you rather wear the same outfit for a year or never repeat an outfit again?
Mm, okay. Well, one, I would really never want to repeat the outfit again. Like that'd be so fire. Like, and that's like I feel like for
What?
streaming, yeah, like I feel like for streaming, that's kind of like how I try to be too. Like whenever I get on stream, like even if it's like a top that I did wear, I'll like
Mhm.
change it into something else. So it gives the vibe of something different, even if it's the same top. So I like that idea. But I also it's like depending on the kind of year I'm having, I might want to stay in that outfit for the for the whole year. You know what I don't
You
know.
feeling yourself, you like, yes, I need to wear this out. Do you ever have a moment where you're just like, I'm wearing this fit and I need to take several pictures, post it everywhere, everyone and their mother needs to see this outfit?
Yes, yes. But you know what's so funny? It's cause like even like right now, cause like even with my posts, like I feel like I don't really post often anymore. But like when
Mhm,
I do post, I just try to make sure that it's like a hitter. Like and
mhm.
so like right now, like I'm cultivating outfits like in my head because I'm like, I need to post soon and I need it to be a hit. So
Right.
yeah,
So
that's for
real
sure.
quick, I wanted to do something really fun before we wrap up.
Mhm.
So I want to play a little game, and it's called
Okay.
Muted or Unmuted. And
Okay.
basically, I'm gonna throw out some like phrases or a habit, and you tell me if you would mute it, which is you're over it, or unmute it, which you love it. Sounds good?
Okay.
You get it?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Streetwear collabs.
Uh, muted.
Muted. Why?
Mhm. 'Cause, like, sometimes I feel like streetwear is, like it's needed in a way, but I feel like it's so loud. Like, I feel like
Mhm.
I need it muted sometimes. Like, you're not the biggest influence.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Instagram photo dumps.
Hmm. That could stay unmuted because I'm guilty of it.
Okay.
I love a
Designer.
good photo dump.
Right. Right. And I'm still learning that. I'm learning that now as I
Mhm.
go because I'm still learning my aesthetic to Instagram and all of that. Like, I'm
Yes.
learning all of
Yeah.
that. So I definitely want to
Take
get into
pictures.
the. Yeah.
Take pictures, like, literally, like, even today, like, I just took random pictures today of, like, random stuff, and I'm like, "That might make the dump soon. I don't know. Let me see what I got."
Yeah. So how do you feel about designer handbags with sneakers?
It depends, cause if a bad bitch do it, I might really love it. Unmuted.
Unmuted? Okay.
Mhm.
AI filters on Instagram.
I'm gonna say on this one, I mean, I don't know. It's tough, right? Cuz you know what's so funny with being live, cuz I always felt like I look better in person than like taking pictures for some reason.
Over the
And so
camera,
with
yeah.
being live, I feel like it like shows more of like my beauty in a way. So,
Mm,
but I don't mind. I think the filters are okay to an extent. Don't overkill. Don't overkill. So I'm gonna leave it unmuted. I'm gonna leave it unmuted.
okay. Um, Mini handbags that don't actually hold anything.
You gotta do it for the fashion.
For
Unmute
the
it.
fashion.
You gotta do it for the fashion.
Yes. Well, all right, guys. If you guys don't have any more question, that brings us an end to tonight's episode of Unmuted with Gabby Milian. I know my camera is freezing right now. I have so much in the background that I got going on. I'm sorry for that. But a huge thank you to my guest, Lanae Mack, for not only being the very first female voice on the show, but for bringing her calm energy, creativity, and style to the space. Lanae inspires me, and I know so many others to self care, seriously, and to move with confidence and not to be afraid of expressing ourselves both online and offline, and not to be afraid at all when it comes to fashion. Let this be your reminder that streaming is more than just pressing the go live. It's about showing up, being your authentic self, and leaving your own unique mark. If you haven't already, make sure you go follow at Lanae Mack, support everything she's building. Please, 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 and keep an eye out for what's next to come from her. I linked in the pinned comment her Pinterest, oh, not Pinterest, what is it called,
LinkedIn,
the
LinkedIn,
link.
LinkedIn, LinkedIn.
Yes, yes,
Mhm, mhm.
so everybody can go press that link and it accesses all her socials. So make sure you go ahead and do that. And again, thank you for being on Unmuted the
Oh my
podcast.
gosh, thank you.
And thank you for tuning in, you guys, and always staying connected and stay inspired. And most importantly, stay unmuted. Until next time, guys, our next episode will be next Thursday. And yeah, everybody go show love to Lanae. W Lanae in the chat, y'all.
W
W
Gabby,
Lanae.
no, W
Thank
Gabby,
you.
no. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
That was
you.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my love. I do appreciate it. And hopefully we could put in some collabs soon, maybe play a game, do something together
Yes,
down the line. That'll be great. I do love your
it
vibe.
would.
So hopefully this is the
I love
start of
yours.
something new.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to my live. Thank you.
Of course, of course, of course. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. And yeah. All right, guys. So I'll see
Bye,
you
guys.
again next Thursday.
Bye.
Bye guys. I appreciate y'all.